All right. Hey guys, how's it going? It's the Crypto Analyst here, and I hope all of you guys are having a good morning, evening, wherever you guys are from. And welcome to the Crypto Analyst live stream, where tonight we're going to be doing some technical analysis of cryptocurrencies, discussing where they've been, where we believe they're going to go, and really just everything happening in the space right now as it's starting to pick up pace again. And as I'm sure you guys have seen, it has began to break out of this little downwards pattern that we have over here. So we're going to be talking about all this and a lot more, so go ahead and stick around for the video. We're going to give everyone a second to go ahead and join in here, but I just want to go ahead and welcome everybody off. But as we're giving everyone a chance to join in here, of course, I'm going to make sure that we go when we notify everyone in the Discord that we are live. So if you guys aren't part of the Discord, it's a great thing. You guys can come in. It's free. We always talk in there just about everything that's happening in cryptocurrencies. So it's cool. We post charts. We talk. I ask you guys questions. A lot like, what's the best stream times, whether I think it's going to look bullish or bearish, just like simple things like that. So it's really cool. So I'm going to go ahead and post this. And we'll get this show on the road, rather. Well, there we go. Make sure we send this out to the Discord now that we posted on our Twitter. If you guys aren't following me on Twitter, you guys are welcome to follow me on there as well. And let me go ahead and message everyone on Discord. All right. Oh, I can't do that. All right, so welcome everybody. Let me go ahead and pull up the chat. I can read what you guys are saying, and we'll get this thing going over here. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Welcome everybody. I see people are joining in now, making sure this chat's right and everything's working properly, because I've done this before and things don't always turn out exactly how we want them to. So hello everybody, welcome. Of course, if you guys were in the Discord earlier, I posted about how we need to break this resistance line that we had over here. Of course, with 1, 2, 3, almost 4 touches, it looked like it was going to get denied. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Initially, when I saw this, I literally thought it was going to get denied. It hit, peeked through a little bit, and then immediately just fell back down. And so I thought that this was going to be a rejection candle. Of course, the second one came back after getting rejected and pierced right through again. And then what you had is you had a candle body closing on top of this resistance line, and after that, that's what we call a break, hook, and go. So what you want is you want this candle to close on here. You want to have candle bodies closing above or on top of this resistance line to solidify that this is a break, hook, and go, and then you have yourself bullish divergence. I believe someone was talking about this earlier. I think his name was Blank, saying that this was hidden bullish divergence. So props to him for calling this and seeing this hidden bullish divergence in here, because usually this is a bearish formation pattern, but he indeed did call it. So if he is in here or joins, I will give proper respects to him for what he did call. So that's great for him, of course. Looking at our RSI, this was the only bullish indicator that I saw over here. This is the only bullish divergence that I saw. I'm gonna go ahead and change this back to yellow so that we can see it nice and fine. Change this back to yellow so we can see it. This was the initial bullish divergence that I saw. I saw that we're consecutively making higher highs on our RSI, getting out and seeing lower levels of negative momentum here 1, 2, 3 times, or just almost even 4 times now, as we just continually saw lower levels of negative momentum on our relative strength index, again signifying that there was bullish divergence coming. Now, one thing to note over here is that and I don't want to get too far into this before I give everyone a chance to join. So welcome everyone who's joining in. We haven't covered too much. We've just been going over some of the simple stuff right now. And again, I'll probably recap this. And if you guys ever want me to recap anything or look at a specific coin, do not be afraid to ask. So that's always out there. What's up, Poker Throat Dude? Glad you can come in here. Welcome to the live stream. Always great having you in here, dude. So yeah, again, the RSI was really the only bullish divergence that I saw over here. Again, when you see something like this, it doesn't necessarily look bullish. However, what's a pretty common thing is I was looking at this, and as this was starting to dip and pick back up, I was thinking, well, if this truly is hidden bullish divergence, what you would see is something along the lines of this come in. So what you do is you see higher levels of positive volume come in here, and it's a pump fake. It's really what it is it's a bear trap. And so what you do is you catch people off guard. You you catch bears that are shorting or anybody that's really shorting off guard, and what you have is you have a higher high come in here on your MACD. So this is a common bear trap. So as soon as you see this divot start rising back up here, it almost looks like a bear trap for sure. So we'll see whether or not this actually plays out, whether or not this level can actually hold. But if it can, which it looks like it's going to here, it'll be some good stuff for cryptocurrency. And I'll really emphasize why this is better than you might think it is. Because what you can get over here is 3 consecutive different higher lows on different runs, then that is complete bullish divergence. That is a sign of a market reversal. So again, what you have over here, a great example of this on a smaller scale. So over here, this is what I mean by 3 different runs. So this is 3 in the same run. Over here, what you have is 1 run up, 2 run up, 3 breakout. And so what you have is, this is on a smaller scale. So of course, this is all at the swing low of what happened over here in April. But if you see this on 3 different time scales of where it's 1, 2, 3, of where it's 1 run up, which is really confusing, but we'll talk about it in a second. So essentially what you have over here is 1, 2, 3 lower levels of positive momentum, lower or higher lows rather, and this signifies market reversal. So again, this within the scope of a single candle within a single run is just, hey, bullish divergence for another run. But this within the scope of an entire market, like we see over here, is so let's look at this. So here we have higher low, higher low, higher low. So what I mean by this is, instead of it all being right in here, just signifying that we're going to have a nice run up, when you have 3 consecutively different runs, so what you have is over here, 1 complete run up, swing low, higher low over here, run up over here, higher low over here, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a higher high, but what you have over here is consecutively another higher low over here, and then hopefully another run up, which we're seeing us break out of. So ideally, this is how you would want to watch it, and how this would play out. Now, something to take note of over here is that the 50-day EMA is rejecting our candle as of right now. Now, the 50-day is something that always plays a factor, but it's not always the strongest indicator. You know, usually once it's broken, that's when it just doesn't really become too relevant anymore. But, excuse me. So what you have over here is it getting rejected. Of course, this is going to stay as a rejection line, but it's not going to be the strongest form of resistance. This isn't going to be too hard to break, and there's really not that much to break through. So again, maybe you will have to deal with a little bit of resistance because what we have over here and what we fell through, but for the most part, I think that this isn't going to be the hardest level to break. Now, if we do break down over here, what you're going to do is you're going to have yourself come, you're going to fall back in, and you're going to most likely come down and touch this support line, which would still be a higher low on your candle chart, because again, what we see over here is consecutively higher lows, and what you would do is you would come down and test this level. Now, this is the crucial level that Bitcoin would have to hold, because if it doesn't hold this level, you're coming down for a very, very steep drop over here. You really don't have any support besides a little bit of candle body closings over here. So if you come and you break this line, you're pretty much free falling until you hit around $5,000, $4,900 range, and that is not what you want to do on Bitcoin. Now, granted, that would bring in a lot of new investors because it would be a crucial low point, and if you broke this, you would be seeing significantly higher lows, like around probably $3,000, which I think it's nearly going to be impossible for this thing to fall anything below this support line. I just don't think it'd be feasible or reasonable at all. But again, that's worst case scenario. So right now, again, you're breaking out. If you do break out of this and you can't hold this level over here, which it looks like it's going to do, but if it can't, then you're going to be coming down over here and hopefully having a higher low. Ideally, you don't want to double bottom. Could lead to further bearish divergence. So what you want to do is you just want to stick to higher lows instead of having to rely on a double bottom, because that shows weak, really just a weak market from a bull's perspective. Anyway, moving on over here, what do we see again? Fundamental market updates. What do we see in the big picture over here? Big picture, it's looking like the bear market is coming to an end. You're seeing lower levels of negative momentum consecutively. You're seeing it over here. If we go to any kind of high time scale, I was talking about this in the Discord as well. If you go to the 1 day, just looking at stuff like the MACD, the RSI, you're seeing consecutively lower highs over here. If we're outlining this, you can go 1, 2, 3. Well, that might not be the best way. Over here, you have 1, 2, 3 higher lows. signifying, hey, we're getting ready for something soon. You're having lower levels of negative momentum on your relative strength index. Get ready for something. Now, again, it's not saying we're going to moon. It's not saying we're going to do anything like that. I think that's silly. But what it is saying is that you could have a potential upswing here. So moving on to our next point. You guys are quiet tonight in chat. You guys are just soaking it all up. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Moving on, let's look at our MACD. What are we seeing on our MACD? We're actually seeing double bullish divergence. Now, this is pretty strong coming from a daily's view. Looking at this on the daily is pretty freaking strong. So when you're seeing this, this is what you like to see as a bull. This is just a beautiful setup, and we actually, I believe we even called this. It was either in the Discord or on one of our past streams. I was literally talking about how this is most likely, or it could very well play out like this. So here we are, it's playing out. As long as we hold these levels, what you're going to see is you're going to see double bullish divergence on your daily MACD, which is a pretty significant time scale. So if this plays out, you could have a nice run up, probably coming up to at least over this point on your chart, or at least somewhere around the 160 on your MACD, which is a pretty nice healthy range for you to jump. Again, something else I want to point out here is signs of that this bear market is ending. On your oscillators for your MACD, here you go. So what you see over here is you're keeping the same levels, I mean, except for the great FOMO over here, but for the most part, you're keeping the same levels of positive momentum, the same level of positive strength in your markets, but you're not keeping the same level of negative strength. What I mean by this is right over here on your oscillators, same levels, same levels, same level, same. You're all holding within this range over here. On your negative, you're not doing that at all. What you're doing over here is you're having the complete opposite. You're going a very high low, lower high, or a higher low, and then a higher low over here. So taking a look at that, you're recognizing that negative momentum is leaving the market. It is drying up. Every time we have a swing low, it is essentially a lower low or a higher low than what we've seen before. So again, something else to keep in mind here. You're seeing the negativity leave the market, which is a great sign, again, if you are a bull. I think that was my phone. Excuse me for 1 second. All right. Well, what about on the weekly scale? So the weekly is one of the only things that's more significant than the daily. So what does the weekly say? Well, let's take a look at the weekly, because the weekly is saying even more bullish divergence. It's saying that this market reversal is about ready to happen. So what you have over here, I'm gonna get rid of all these things. Right, what we happen over here is our oscillator signifying lower levels over here, but most significantly on our MACD, if we really want to look at this, you're seeing the negativity leave the MACD over here. And really what I was telling someone the other day is that no matter how you look at this time scale, no matter how you look at this, it is numerically considered impossible for us to have bearish divergence on our weekly from this point. If you were to get bearish divergence on your weekly from this point, essentially what you would have to do in an overall grand perspective is to beat this swing low on our MACD. I believe this is the largest swing low it's ever had in Bitcoin. You would have to beat this, and you would have to have a higher level of negative momentum than we've ever seen before. Now, numerically, what that would do is it would make the price of Bitcoin something around like double digits, which again wouldn't really be feasible or possible with the amount of institutional investors, and I don't want to call them whales because I'm not a big fan of that term, but very rich people, very big influencers, governments, organizations, companies that are all now investing in this, countries that are relying on cryptocurrencies. It's not feasible. It's not really possible with the supply and demand numerically to reach a double-digit Bitcoin again. So again, anything is possible technically, but like the chance of this would be like a 0.00001% chance of something like this happening on Bitcoin. It's pretty much impossible, but again, so pretty much no matter how you look at this, you're looking at bullish divergence. No matter where this thing swings up, you're gonna get a higher, or if this even falls any further, you're gonna have a higher low. And again, bullish divergence from any way you want to look at that. So your weekly is saying this is about done. You see this thing stumbling over here, even after our recent swing low in the last couple of weeks, guys, is barely showing on our weekly MACD. It's just that insignificant as opposed to what it used to be. It's saying that they are losing traction. The bears are losing this battle, and it's about ready for the bulls to take over. Now, again, I've talked about this a couple times before, but what this means is this doesn't mean that we're going to go and we're going to break 20K. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying you could start retesting some of these swing highs that we had over here. Let me go and switch this back to the 4 hour. Oh, geez. What you could do is you could start retesting some of these swing highs over here. So I'm not saying when we have a market reversal, I'm not saying we're going to go instantly and just retest 20K. That's very unlikely, in fact. What you would truly have is start retesting some of these swing highs. So first, you would probably, of course, retest our most recent one of around 7,400, then 8,500, then over here around 10 grand. And what would be really nice for us to see in this bull market is to retest around this 10 grand level, but also retesting around this 11,700, 11,800 range. This is a massive amount of resistance up here, and this is honestly going to be the hardest one for us to break, more so than any of these other swing highs. Once you get up here, you're going to have a lot of resistance, and this is where you're going to see people heavy shorting Bitcoin, because anytime, I mean, we've touched this level a couple times. Anytime it's even touched this level, it's fallen thousands of dollars. So, I mean, just look at these candles. We can zoom in and take a look at it a little bit over here. Touching this level, you fall from 11,850 all the way down to 9,300. Again, over here, the same thing, significant falls. Over in here, the same levels. So, it's just brutal seeing these candles over here. So again, a lot of candle body closings on a significant time scale. You're going to have a very hard resistance over there on Bitcoin. So again, not saying that we're going to see 20K, but I think that we're going to start retesting some of these swing highs on Bitcoin if we do see this market reversal actually play through. So cool stuff happening right now. I would like to see us break and hook on top of this former resistance that we had over here. If we can do that, what the next step would essentially be to hook on top of the 50-day, then test the 200-day, and then essentially after that, what you'd want to do is hook on top of the 200-day, and we would set ourselves up for some pretty nice price action after that. Now, it's going to be very unique. Can we create a higher high for ourselves? Because in this market, we haven't done that yet. We haven't created a higher high on a Bitcoin yet, and so it makes you wonder, is this going to be the time that we break this cycle? Are we going to get a higher high this time? Over here, of course, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 consecutively lower highs. Are we going to be able to break this pattern? If it does, again, great sign that this could be a market reversal. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 higher lows over here in different runs, 3 on different runs, 4 higher lows with a higher high. That would be a great sign of a market reversal. I mean, that's just class A market reversal stuff. So yeah, so that's it for Bitcoin right now. I mean, I don't want to go too much deeper, so that we still have material to cover throughout the rest of this live stream, because we're only about 18 minutes in right now. But I want to interact with you guys, get your guys' thoughts, pick your guys' minds. What do you guys think about this? Do you guys have any questions? Do you guys want me to take a look at a coin? Do you guys want me to explain anything? So if you guys do, by all means, definitely shoot me a question. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this over here. I'm sorry if let me go ahead and pull something up over here, because I can't see if you guys are like subbing or anything, and I want to be able to thank the guys who are supporting the stream by subscribing and everything. So where's my chat? There it is. Cool. All right. Sorry, that's like the most unappealing thing to look at. All right, sounds good. Cool. Well, guys, what do you guys think? You guys are being awfully quiet tonight. I know we have a little bit of a smaller audience tonight, but you guys are still awfully quiet. Again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to shoot them at me. If not, we're gonna go ahead and take a look at Ethereum until then. So let's go ahead and take our gander at Ethereum and what's happening over here. Take a look at it on Bitfinex, same thing. Wow, this played out exactly like we said it was going to. It's amazing. So respect the TA. This is, again, I think we'll retest between 6.6 and 6.8. 6.6, 6.8. Yeah, dude, so that's very possible. Of course, you do have some candle body closings over here. Oh, and there goes my thing. Tight gum. That's back. So yeah, dude, that's very possible. That would be around the 382 retracement. So what you could have is you could have these candle body closings over here, along with the 382, get used as resistance. The only thing I would have to say against that is that through that range is 6 point. Okay, so that would be right around the 200 actually. So yeah, I think that that's a very, very feasible spot, because what you have is you have 7,600 being the 200-day EMA. So what you could have up here is you could have yourself break, click on this, bounce up to the 200 and get rejected, and thus come back down, touch this lower high over here. And that would be for me, that would be the ideal way to go. I think that that would be the best way for us to have this market reversal, is to come down and touch this support line. You need a solid, solidified, important support line. You just need one. So again, I think it'd be great for us to come up, touch 200-day EMA, come back down here, bounce off a higher low, and then set up a nice market reversal and hopefully make a higher high afterwards. So ideally, that's what we would want to look at. So yeah, 6,600 to 6,800 is right in the range of a lot of these indicators. Again, your 50% retracement is 6,600. Your 200-day EMA is 6,700. And at 6,800, you have the 382 fib retracement. So you have all these different indicators around those numbers. So it's very possible that you do see the retest reach up to somewhere around that point. So great point, Poker Throat. Thank you for putting that out there, actually. So that's actually a great point. So somewhere to look at where maybe the next swing high or maybe the next level of retesting could be. It could be in that area. So let's take a look at Ethereum. Awesome. And guys, I know a lot of crypto streamers and technical analysts and fundamental analysts and all that are somewhat toxic with their audience. This is definitely not a toxic or a judgmental stream. We're very chill in here, so again, don't be afraid to ask questions. Nothing's a stupid question. It's all a learning process. I had to go through it. Everyone else has to go through it. You have to start somewhere, and I'm not going to criticize someone for asking questions, because that's how you learn more. So need to put that out there, because I see so many analysts and streamers and YouTubers make fun of their audience, like, oh, it's such a stupid question. How would you not know that? Because not everyone has like hours a day to look at cryptocurrencies. So again, don't feel bad. So let's take a look at what we're seeing on Ethereum. Again, we drew this up last time. Giant, massive freaking falling wedge on Ethereum. We were saying this looks like it's going to be the third touch point before breakout of this falling wedge. Sure enough, we even drew this out. We literally even drew this out, saying this is what we could see on Ethereum. Sure enough, I mean, it's playing out exactly what we said a couple days ago. Here we go on Ethereum. You're falling down, you're touching support, and now what you have is you have yourself setting up to break out of this falling wedge now. Again, Ethereum has just been getting heat and heat and heat, but I think a lot of it is manipulation of people dragging the price down so that they can get more. A lot of these rich people, companies, governments, again, I firmly believe governments are into cryptocurrencies. It's just one of those things that they are in. It's not even one of those things that I think they are. It's like one of those, you can't prove it, but like they are invested in the cryptocurrencies. Especially from 2014 with what happened with that whole fiasco. Moving on to our next point here. Well, let's look at this on a bigger time scale, right? One day, because this is what people really want. People really want to know what's next. Well, I'll tell you what. Well, we have triple bullish divergence on our MACD. So, I mean, if you're looking to buy Ethereum, can we even say this is quadruple? So, I mean, again, Ethereum, you have triple bullish divergence right now. Excuse me. What you're saying over here is you are ready for something big to happen. Triple bullish divergence doesn't happen every day. So For Ethereum to be at the price action it is right now of like what, $180 or something, it's get ready because you're seeing it on your RSI. Triple bullish divergence on your RSI as well. 1, 2 is, oh man, never mind, not triple, you have double. Excuse me. So you have a double bottom, and then so essentially what you do is you have a double bottom on your RSI plus a higher low. So double bullish or bullish divergence plus a double bottom on your RSI for Ethereum, signifying, again, this is on your 1 day, signifying something's coming, at least from the daily's perspective. I mean, again, look at this from the weekly. What are we seeing? So you're seeing, come on over here, lower levels of negative momentum, even on this time scale. So really, again, no matter how you look at this, you're seeing lower levels of negative momentum pretty much no matter how you look at this on your MACD. So get ready. Something is very possible that we see something happen in Ethereum here pretty soon. So that's Ethereum for you guys. Now, again, not saying it's going to happen. This is not financial advice, but it's just saying from a technical analysis and a market analytics point of view, this looks like you're just running out of room for the bears. So let's go ahead and go back to our 4 hour, talk about this a little bit more. So, well, where are we going to start seeing resistance on Ethereum? Let's take a look. Funny enough, right on the line we drew, right? Oh, what are the odds? How would we know, right? I mean, again, technical analysis, right? Along this, you're going to have your resistance. And we called it. It's right there. This is literally days ago, before any of this even played out. We literally called this. So, it's crazy, but I mean, it works, right? So, next area of retrace, we break through this. We're going right up to our 50-day EMA. Probably going to get rejected from it. If you don't, again, this is my chart. I think you're coming down over here. We'll see if it plays out. So far, I mean, this thing's really accurate. So that is Ethereum. Doing pretty great today. So again, yeah, I mean, I think it's just crazy because, you know, people doubt TA, people say it doesn't work, but I mean, this is just, I don't know how else you can say that this doesn't work. I mean, we've called the price action of Ethereum. We've called the price action of Bitcoin, especially more so than anything. I mean, I've been pinpoint accurate with the Bitcoin predictions as of lately. Ever since this rising wedge, we set up here. I literally made a video about it. Said it was going to fall to this point. I said if we broke this, we're going to fall exactly to here. Sure enough, we fell exactly to here. And here we are. We're finding support. So I said, you know, what you're going to do is, the one thing I did say is I didn't think that we were going to be able to hold the 786. Sure enough, we did break through the 786, but we didn't hook underneath it. So I don't want to necessarily say that that's a wrong prediction, because if we did go under the 786, which is what I did say, I saw us falling. I said this isn't going to hold. You're going to have. Sure enough, we had a triple candle wick piercing. Through the 786, but nothing that could hold below it. So that is our technical analysis right now. So we have been flying through this. Wow, we're only 28 minutes in, and we have gone through a full analysis of both Ethereum and Bitcoin on the 4, 1 day, and week timescales, along with all their MACD and RSI counterparts and EMAs and all that. So, wow, we have been flying through this tonight. So, let's go ahead and move on. We have lots of stuff to talk about. What's happening in the news, right? What's correlating in the news right now? Well, of course, I was looking at something today. I forget where it was. Oh, man. It was a really cool article. Okay, this makes me really angry. The strongest cryptocurrency right now is a total joke. Dogecoin is not close to the strongest current cryptocurrency. The fact that Quartz would publish something like that legitimately makes me angry, because it's, I mean, what's its strongest at, right? What is Dogecoin? By price action? Because if you're doing it by price action, then it just makes me angry. Doge. What is this? Doge to Bitcoin. So, again, by price action, maybe, but like this is every other altcoin, right? So like all these low tier altcoin do this all the time. If I mean Tron and Verge and Encash and VeChain and Eternity have had way better runs than this, but it doesn't say that they're the best cryptocurrency. Of course, they only do it when it's a meme coin. It's, again, just media. The way that they view cryptocurrency and the stuff that they put out about it is frustrating, and how they picture it. It's not the strongest by volume. It's not the strongest by buying. It's not the strongest by selling. It's not the strongest by trading or utility. I mean, it's just hard to say because something has a pump that it's the best cryptocurrency. Again, if you guys don't know my position on Doge, I would advise, I can't advise you to, but me personally, I would and I will never buy a Dogecoin. It is the only cryptocurrency that I have ever seen where the CEO or the lead developer of it came out and said, do not buy this cryptocurrency. I made it as a joke. It has no intrinsic value, and we have no plans to ever further it in the future. If you invest your money in this, you will lose your money. Like, literally the founder, the lead developer of the cryptocurrency came out and said that. So again, I would extremely never ever buy this. It's just a matter of time before it dies. And again, it's a lot like BitConnect. It's never going to die. It is perfect utility. They have trading bots. And again, the entire time that happened, I was saying, don't do that. And it was pumping up. It was going high. But when it crashed hard. I mean, you can't even look at it anymore because it got taken off. It got taken off all the exchanges. So same thing happened. You don't want to be a part of this when it crashes, when it collapses on itself. You don't want to be a part of something like that. So again, people hate it when I trash Dogecoin, but it is a complete trash coin, and there is no defending it. I've talked to people about it. Why do you like it? I don't. It's just Dogecoin, but like, again, there is no defending the coin. It has no utility or intrinsic value. It's just I will never understand why people put their money in Dogecoin. So and I mean, again, you're already seeing this thing, this pump over here. From the looks of it, looks like it's coming to an end. So, yeah. So, again, from the looks of it, it looks like it is running dry, wearing itself out. So, what other stuff do you guys want to look at? Do you guys want to look at, you guys can name a cryptocurrency, you guys can name a news or something. This is where I want to get your guys' opinion on what we want to talk about here, where we want to move forward. What do you guys want to hear? Do you guys want me to do a technical analysis of a specific coin? Do you guys want me to look at Ripple or EOS, or what do you guys want me to do here? Because I don't want this stuff to be all about me. You guys are here watching, so I want to be able to give you guys content that you guys will enjoy. Because as great as it is just hearing me ramble, right? Ramble about Dogecoin. Do you want Litecoin to BTC or USD? So we'll go BTC because it's not, I believe it's ranked at number 6 right now in cryptocurrencies. So ideally, not what we would want. All right, so here we go on Litecoin. Ooh, broke down out of its falling wedge. Yikes. Litecoin is a unique coin because I've gotten a lot of hate because I've never been that bullish on Litecoin. It has one intrinsically valued coin, right? Or it has one intrinsically valued coin, in that it's the test net, it's the tester for Bitcoin. So anything that's going to go and get added to Bitcoin gets tested and used on Litecoin first. That is its big claim to fame. It is faster, it's better than Bitcoin, and that's essentially what it is. It's the mock tester for Bitcoin. So anything that happens on Litecoin is going to get tested on Litecoin first. So that's the great thing about Litecoin, right? That gives it intrinsic value. However, they've had a lot of problems in 2018. Nothing that they can't recover from, but I definitely called the fall of Litecoin at the beginning of the year, saying that it was going to lose its spot at number, I believe it was number 3 or 4 at one point. And yeah, so what do we see on here though, right? So besides everything we talked about, what do we see? All right. We're gonna do some charting here. Now this one's a little bit harder because it's such a funky looking chart, at least compared to BTC. It has so much sideways price action it just kind of makes it hard to do a technical analysis of for the most part. I mean, granted, it's a falling wedge, a very thin one, and to say that, you could even call this almost a downwards channel, because, in fact, let's go ahead and pull that out over here. Where is it? Parallel channel. So yeah, let's go ahead and test this. So we can even put our small one over here, say that that's our downwards channel from this perspective, right? We can even make a bigger one engulfing this one that has all of this candle closings in there as well. Okay, wow, people are talking. Poker Thread said Litecoin, yep. Power to Achieve, what's up, dude? Welcome, great to have you in here. Bitcoin is ready to moon 25K. Here I come. I don't know about that, but that, I mean, again, that would be great to see, but I don't know if we're gonna see 25K quite yet. I hate being, I'm a bull, but I don't know if Kappa, right? Tons of Kappas. So yeah, for Litecoin, again, you have your downwards channel over here. You need to break out of this, but even if we get rid of this downwards channel, more so something that's even more important than support right now, it's you gotta break this downwards trend line. I mean, this thing has 1 billion touches on it. You have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You gotta break above this thing. So we'll draw this down here a little bit more. You gotta break above this. So essentially, if you're going to break above this, you're going to need a lot of volume, and that's what we're seeing right now. We're seeing some nice candle action that we haven't seen in a while from Litecoin. You're seeing, or what you need to do is you need to break above, 1, the 50-day, then your resistance line, then the 200 MA, and then the 200 EMA. That's a lot of resistance, plus candle body closings. You're going to need a lot of volume and momentum to break out of this thing, but heaven forbid, dude, if you can, it would be huge. It's just a matter of if Litecoin can do that right now. So we will see. Oh, excuse me. So that's what we need from Litecoin right now. Again, I'm not the most bullish person on Litecoin. You are still seeing a lower high on your MACD, on your MACD, which is not ideally what you want to see. But on your RSI, your large time scale, you're looking better. So if we go over to our RSI over here, what's up, dude?
What's up?
Doing stream. Yeah, man.
What up, stream?
It's one of my roommates. So if we are looking at this from a larger perspective, again, our daily on Litecoin, you are seeing triple bullish divergence from your RSI, which is good to see. This is something ideal, at least if you're wanting to break out of something that's this large. Let's take a look at the weekly. Oh, that's not what we wanted. Weekly, you can see it. Yikes. You can sort of see the negative momentum leaving. Again, not as fast as Bitcoin, not as fast as Ethereum, but you are seeing this leave here. Again, not quite as strong as Bitcoin. Seeing the hooks start to take place. But that's our weekly. So Litecoin not being quite as bullish as the others, but again, it's showing bullish divergence on large timescales such as the daily and the weekly, which is something you always want to see. If you see bullish divergence on a daily or especially on a weekly, then I mean, it's pretty bullish. It's not every day you see bullish divergence on stuff like that. So usually only at the signs of market reversals for like straight bull and bear markets. ETF and backed around the corner. Yeah, dude, there's so many things getting talked about right now about the ETS decision, India decision, backed decisions, like futures. There's so much happening right now in cryptocurrency, and I believe that there's another hearing in the next week here talking about on whether or not this stuff is going to get approved in several of these countries, such as the United States and India. If it does, I think it would be a great contributor to a market reversal. So We've been talking about this. The market reversal, it is coming. At this point, it's just a matter of time. Again, I'm not saying we're out of it yet, but we're getting close. For the past couple of weeks, we've been calling this. We've been saying it's coming, and it's been following what we're going to say. So, oh yeah. What else we got over here in the news? Oh, I remember the article I was looking at now. I cannot. I can't find it. But essentially, what it was saying that the current cryptocurrency crash is now worse than the pop of the .com bubble. Everyone talked about the .com bubble, right? Everyone knows what that is. But this crash in cryptocurrency is now worse than the .com bubble, and it is now worse than the fall from 2014 in the cryptocurrency run in the cryptocurrency fall that we had then. So, struggles coming out from that side of the perspective. But something to note here is that when you're looking at the .com bubble, BTC Moon, let's go, says Mr. TJ. Yo, welcome TJ, great to have you in here. Welcome, my dude. And right now, yes, we are breaking out. I don't know if moon is the right, we're all going to the moon. Yes, I agree. You know, this is great signs of a market reversal. It really is. I mean, but we need some more I don't know what the word would be here. Some more indicators showing us that if this market reversal truly will take place here. We need a little bit more indicators showing us that this is going to happen. Again, great divergence on our daily, our weekly, and on our candle body charts, no matter what scale you look at it, getting consecutively higher highs or higher lows over here. Now all we need is a higher high, and you're pretty much guaranteeing your spot for a market reversal if that happens. So again, I think right now it's a matter of time. As long as we don't have some sort of metric breakdown, we're pretty set. So ideally, again, what do we want to see for the market reversal? You want to see yourself hook on the 50-day EMA, and then hopefully contest the 200, get rejected, come back up, hold on top of the 200 after you break through it. You're setting yourself up for some good areas there. Again, giant area of resistance over here, a couple months long. We're going to have to break these levels. They're going to be hard levels to break, but again, if you're gonna have a market reversal, you got to break them at some time. So let's hope BTC can moon once again, right? That'd be great. Let's take a look at XRP. Ooh, my back. Well, what do we have over here on XRP? Well, I can tell you what. We got a falling wedge, just like most of the other altcoins. I don't like this line. We're going to redo this. See, right now is the time where I wish I had some spare money. I was talking to someone about this in Discord today. Talking about, I'm a college student, for those of you guys who don't know. I'm studying business. But I'm a college student right now. I was talking to someone, they're like, oh yeah, dude, I'm just loading up on since the market's so low. I was like, oh, well, I'm buying groceries and college stuff. College students are broke, dude. I've always heard people said that, but like now that I'm actually a college student, or I've been one for a couple of years now, but it's one of those things that you like never realize until you're in it. So of course here we have Class A example of a falling wedge on XRP Ripple, signifying once again, excuse me, as we get to the bottom of this, you're getting ready for a large move towards the upside. You know, this is 90% of the time respected. So looking at this from a technical analysis standpoint, you could maybe come back down here at worst, at worst, and touch this support line one more time, but this is looking pretty bullish. I mean, if this thing can hold, that's not it. If this thing can hold above this 50-day EMA on top of that, then you could very well be breaking out of this descending triangle in the not so distant future. You need to hold on top of this 50-day EMA, but granted, you do that and you're looking to break out. So that's something I'm watching for, at least on XRP. I own a little bit of XRP right now, but from looking at this thing, that's a huge thing. This is going all the way back since April. So, I mean, we can even, yeah, I mean. So, again, keep your eye on this stuff, guys. It is around the corner. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, I've been trying to, everyone's like, I'm buying up, crypto's so low, dude, I'm buying it up, I'm buying it up. And I'm like, yeah, I am making videos about it up, right? It is time for the holders after almost 9 bearish months of sadness. It's time for holders to smile after a 9. That's pretty funny. Power to achieve. Welcome everybody who just joined. If you guys just joined, we are doing a market analysis of cryptocurrencies right now, looking at how close we are to a market reversal. Again, there's factors at us screaming about it. We've gone through it a lot already in the video, but if there's any highlights or anything specific that you guys want me to recap or take a look at, or a coin that you guys want me to analyze, or a subject that's happening in cryptocurrencies or blockchain right now, do not be afraid to ask, guys. I'm very interactive with chat, and we're just having a great time in here right now. So yeah, again, XRP, let's take a look at our MACD. Oh, also, guys, I want to share a story. So, again, since I'm at college, I went up to one of my business administration professors because he brought up the topic of blockchain and foreign and fiat economies struggling right now. And I thought he was going to lead in the cryptocurrencies. He never did. But after the class, I went up to him. And this is, like, again, one of my major professors. I went up to him and I started trying to talk to him about it. And everything I said, he's like, I'm going to have to avoid, like, plead the fifth here and not answer the question. Because everything you just said kind of, like, went right over my head. And he was just like, I don't know. I can't keep up with you. And he just, like, again, he's like, I'm just not going to answer the question. And I was like, oh, it's okay. I totally understand. I respect him not acting like he's talking about something that he doesn't know what he's talking about, rather than him just like BS something and it not making any sense. So what are we seeing over here? XRP, our MACD, we are seeing bullish divergence at its finest. So over here, something to note here is that you are getting consecutively lower levels of negative momentum on your MACD, double bullish divergence over here. And we're seeing ourselves break out now. If we want to see a market reversal, we want to beat this higher, this recent high on our MACD. That would be ideal. If we do, it would probably lead to a breakout, to be honest. But from bullish perspective, that's what we're looking at. Same thing over here on our MACD. We're seeing lower levels of negative momentum on our RSI, signifying that we're going to have a move up here. And sure enough, we are starting to see that on our price action of XRP right now. So, will the bulls be able to come back over and take over here within the next months? It's very, very possible from looking at this now. So let's go ahead and go back to BTC before we do anything else here. If you guys haven't already, hit the like button. It does help out the channel a lot. It does get this thing flowing, gets the video out to more people. Again, the last live stream, guys, we did a great job smashing that like. So that's awesome. Again, if you guys ever want to look into the description below, we have links to the Discord, links to Twitter and Instagram and Patreon. I started the Patreon back again. I forgot about that. So that's one of the things I just forgot to announce, but I started back. So surprise, it is back, and it's pretty cool because we talk about a lot of news and stuff in there. And I don't even think anyone's joined because I forgot to tell anyone I started it back up. Yikes, that's awkward. Anyway. Long story short, let's get back to some charts here. Bitcoin on the rise once again. On the rise, it really hasn't moved too much. Upon getting rejected, so what you have here is you have a unique form of resistance where the 618 and the 50-day EMA are coming together to form a double line of resistance, making it really twice as strong as what it was. So again, breaking through this is going to be a little bit harder than if they were just separated, because they are together forming, essentially like twice as hard of a resistance line since they're stacked on top of each other. So you're seeing some resistance right there. Nothing that we shouldn't be able to break though. So that is pretty much it for this. Again, guys, we've been flying through this. We're about 50 minutes in right now, and we've pretty much covered everything that we need to cover in a live stream. So again, we could drag this out. If you guys want me to, we can, and I can answer any questions that you guys have. But for the most part here, we have been killing the game and talking about cryptocurrencies. Again, I don't believe that it's too important to take a look at a lot of these altcoins right now, because yes, in the market that we had, in the larger market that we had at the beginning of the year, it's great looking at those altcoins. It's great looking at all of these different cryptocurrencies when the market is close to $1 trillion market cap and you're in a bull market where it's getting traded very frequently, because each coin has its own path. Not everything was completely tethered to Bitcoin at that point, and that was a great market. That was the market that everyone loved. It was a trader's market, and that was the market that we needed. But right now, there's not essentially it's not as important to take a look at, say, XRP and Eternity and EOS and Tron and Verge and Encash, and it's not as important to take a look at all those cryptocurrencies and do technical analysis on them now, because they're essentially just going to follow Bitcoin regardless. It's gotten to the point where the market cap, I believe, is at $189 billion right now, and so because the market cap's so low, technical analysis of some of these altcoins does not matter as much. So I see technical analysts going through, and they are doing technical analysis of all of these small altcoins, and it's the same. And it's the same thing on every single altcoin. I mean, you go and you take a look at pretty much everything, right? We take a look at, let's just take a look at EOS. We take a look at EOS to Bitcoin. What are we going to see? Well, you're going to see a falling wedge over here. Let me go ahead and delete all some of this, and I'll show you guys exactly what I mean. What are you going to see? You're going to see a falling wedge, like you are with most of these altcoins right now. Come on. Not want to work for me. So here we go. Here's our falling wedge over here. We can draw this out a little bit more. Falling wedge. Falling wedge. So again, falling wedge on this, no matter really how you want to look at it. Yeah, wow. So falling wedge right here, EOS. Well, what happens if we take a look at Cardano, right? Cardano to BTC. Well, what are we going to see? Well, we're going to see another falling wedge. Sure enough. Is it a coincidence? Not really. Again, these altcoins are all doing the exact same thing right now because of how low the market cap and everything is. So falling wedge on Cardano. If we go to Tron, you're probably going to see a falling wedge as well. They're all doing the exact same things right now. So right here, let me go ahead and get you, get her done. Go ahead. I gotta adjust this one a little bit more than the rest of these. But again, yeah, so same thing over here. You're getting a falling wedge on all of these cryptocurrencies as well. So here we go, Tron, falling wedge. Tron looking like it's more closer to breaking out than some of these other ones. So Tron might be a one to keep your eye on. It is now testing its 50-day EMA. And also its resistance, so we'll see here. Something else I want to draw. Maybe something along the lines of this. Something on a little bit shorter of a time scale, so we'll keep these in here. Just for the sake of it, we'll go to a low market cap coin like Encash. Let's take a look at Encash. I mean, we haven't looked at this coin in forever, right? Well, what do we see over here? Probably, I mean, this is a very low market cap coin. That's a pretty recent one from March. So, well, what do we see over here on Encash? That'd probably be a better way to put this. Yeah, there we go. Well, of course, yet again, we have another falling wedge. So, just an example of what I mean when I say taking a look at all of these altcoins are going to be extremely similar. When you have a $189 billion market cap, all the ones that aren't Bitcoin, because again, they're so much smaller in total market cap than Bitcoin, they're all going to be almost exactly the same because they're all following Bitcoin. So again, they're roughly going up and down around the same amount, and they're having the same price action. So on pretty much every single altcoin right now, you have a falling wedge in the overall perspective, with all of them getting ready to test their 50-day EMAs. So that's why I don't believe that it's necessarily important to take a look at all these altcoins. But again, if you guys have any specifics, I am more than happy to look at those. Poker Throat said, "What's up with Bakkt? I keep hearing about it, but no one explaining it." Okay, so essentially what Bakkt is it is the... Bakkt is essentially the New York Stock Exchange wanting to create a cryptocurrency exchange, and they're going to call it Bakkt. I think I actually have a video on it. Could be wrong. Let's check. If I don't, I'll explain it right now. Regulation explained. Maybe I'd maybe I don't. I don't know, where would it be though? Yeah, maybe I don't. Wow. Crypto news. Huh. Well, that's crazy. I thought for sure. Maybe it's in one of these videos and I just didn't put it in the title. But essentially what Bakkt is Bakkt is the New York Stock Exchange getting into cryptocurrency, creating a cryptocurrency exchange. They're calling it Bakkt. And right now it's going through a lot of regulation because of futures and all these things that they want to add to it. So in ETFs, it wants to have ETFs and all that. And so it's through a hard form of regulation right now. But it's one of those things that Bakkt could be something huge, potentially. It has the potential to, because of just the influence from the people that are involved with it. So that's Bakkt. Again, it's big, but it's not anything that's like it's not going to make the price of Bitcoin go back to 20K big, right? So it's not like moon big. It's not like Amazon is only accepting Bitcoin or something like that. All right, BTC to USD. Anyway, again, nothing really happening at this point. I'm going to be putting out videos probably almost every single day for the next couple days here. I'm in the heart of the hurricane, so we do not have classes or anything really going on because we just have a lot of rain and everything like that. So we have the storm coming our way, the hurricane, so I'll probably be posting a lot of videos. Bakkt wants to be fully compliant and approved by the CFTC, yes, to be compliant and regulated exchange, in which would bring institutional money in the space greatly. So yeah, that's a whole lot better than what I put, because I was just like, they want ETFs and they want regulations and they're abiding. That was a really lazy way of me explaining it. So thank you, Power to Achieve, for going the extra step there and picking up on my slack. But yeah, so that's what it is. It's essentially an exchange who looks to be fully compatible with what the SEC expects, and a place for institutional money to pour their money into safely in a regulated way that they know that they're not going to just get wrecked out of, right? You know, they know that they're not going to get scammed or hopefully hacked or anything like that. So that's why a lot of people like Bakkt so much. Again, I've always said institutional money is great, right? We want institutional money. We need it, and it's a huge part of growing cryptocurrency. It is. But what people don't understand here is that the rise and fall that we saw of cryptocurrency, this wasn't a rise and fall of institutional money at all. I was arguing with this point with someone the other day. This was none of this was institutional money, just all the institutional money leaving. None of the very little of institutional money was in cryptocurrency ever in here. And very little, I believe there is one institutional investor that I saw leave the cryptocurrency market. Every other one stayed. I don't know of very many people who said we're accepting cryptocurrency and then they just cut it off and said we hate cryptocurrency. Like, no one did that. And so what you have is you have the average person, the everyday normal Joe, leaving the market. You have the common folk or the common people leaving the cryptocurrency market here. And so that's what the big deal was. Is it wasn't institutional investors leaving, it was the common folk leaving. And that in fact is worse than having oh, my throat is dry. Worse than having institutional investors leave, because what you have here is you have a lot more people. The common folk really decide what happens with the market. If all of the common people love Bitcoin, Bitcoin's going to go up because institutional investors are going to get into it. But if the institutional investors are into it, it doesn't necessarily mean that all the common people would like it. So all the common people saying we got hurt by this, everyone getting hurt, all the common people now are like, oh, I got bought in Bitcoin up here. All I did was get hurt all the way down. It's not worth anything anymore. I got hacked from one of these exchanges. I got caught in a fake ICO. I got caught up in BitConnect or one of these trading bots or one of these scams or idiot YouTubers who told me to invest my money into something that was fake. Or so many of the common folk got hurt here. And so what you have is them pulling out their money, not the institutional investors. I mean, you go and you look at all the primary gold investors, all the primary gold websites, and where you can purchase gold, silver, and precious metals and jewels. They all still accept cryptocurrency. Some of these other ones, some of these other big companies still accept cryptocurrency. The NBA, airlines, a lot of the sports teams now. You can even do fantasy trading. And who else just offered it? Restaurants are now offering cryptocurrency. So again, none of those guys left the market. But you had the common folk leaving the market, and that's what made this one so detrimental. So now you have people that are almost not kind of against cryptocurrency just because of how bad that they have been hurt over here. So something to understand. But yeah, again, institutional money is where the big money is. So it was never to say that institutional money was this driving force, right? It is, because institutional money would blow away. If we got institutional money in here, it would make this thing look like a midget. I mean, it would. This thing would be absolutely blown away by institutional money. If you get institutional money in here, this thing's going to be dwarfed completely, because this is a lot of just common folk money. If you get institutional money plus the common folk money, I mean, this price is going to look like nothing. Everyone thought the 2014 chart was just some great thing over here, which it was, but in comparison, oh no, we're not going to be able to see it on the 4 hour, on the daily. Yeah, so this was what the 2014 chart looked like. Again, very similar to the chart that we have now. This was huge, right? It was giant in its day. I mean, just look at the price of cryptocurrency going all the way from $60 all the way up to all the way up to almost $1,200. I mean, that was huge, but this is now dwarfed. I mean, look, this was the thing of the day, $60 to $1,200. Like, oh my gosh. But what happens when we zoom out over here, right? This looks like nothing compared to what we have all the way over here. So in the same sense, one day you're going to be looking back at this number. It's very possible. It's not, it's not going, I'm not saying it's guaranteed to happen. I'm not giving financial advice. But it's very possible one day you see something like this. And you're looking back and you're like, oh, I remember that little bump I remember that little bump, because cryptocurrency could, be something like this or whatever. And then you're like, oh, look at that thing, that thing's so cute over there. So just something to think about. People said, oh, it's never going to be at its high of 2014. Look at that thing. It's like a little divot. It's nothing. So keep that in mind. That being said, guys, we don't have to. Oh, Power to Achieve said, do not forget Citigroup and Bank of America are forming. Oh, and once approval of a cryptocurrency regulated custody and coming and the coming weeks are very critical for a bull run. Yeah, I agree, dude. A lot of these banks now, you're seeing. We called this. These banks want to get in the cryptocurrency. Well, a lot of them already own cryptocurrency, but they're starting to publicly announce and get in the cryptocurrency because it's going to start essentially a chain reaction of once one, and you saw this happen in Asia already. You saw this happen when XRP started blowing up in Asia. Once one bank starts accepting and dealing with it, they have a competitive advantage over all of the other banks. And so it forces the other banks to either lose a lot of business and profit and time, or they can jump in too. So it really what it does is it starts an avalanche effect. This happened in Asia when they launched with XRP, and they started using XRP, XRapid, and XRapid and XCurrent. So that was a big thing. So again, not necessarily whether or not they're using the XRP token, but using the ledgers and the technology behind it. Again, the very same thing of what happened in Asia is most likely going to take place in the United States next. So that pretty much sums it up for the live stream, guys. We talked about pretty much everything that we needed to here. And let me go back to the 4 hour. So, talked about pretty much everything that we needed to over here. We had a great live stream today, and we went for 1 hour and 6 minutes as of right now. If you guys haven't already, hit the like and subscribe button. If you guys did enjoy it, helps out the channel a lot. If you guys ever want to join the Discord or the Twitter or anything else, I have links to all of those in the description below. But yeah, so I'll sit in here for a couple minutes. I'll probably be looking at charts. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask those because I'll just be hanging out in here probably for another 3-4 minutes, seeing if anyone does. But until then, guys, this is the chill part of the stream. I do this at the end of every stream where you just kind of chill, do some TA, and answer any questions that you guys have. So again, if you guys don't, I'll probably just do TA. But if you do, I'll answer them. So TA and chill. Ooh. Stretch that back out. Share this channel and press the like. Agreed. One of the things that's like super not diminishing. I think frustrating is a better word of it. Something that's super frustrating to me is to watch real like truth of what's happening in the cryptocurrency market come out and people not like it. And I saw a video today of some idiot. Forget his name. Let me look it up. He made a video today and it pissed me off. This guy has like 40,000 subscribers about cryptocurrency. Someone who probably wasn't even in the market until March. I don't like to start beef in the cryptocurrency world. Oh, here it is. And I'm sure he's an intelligent guy. But to make a video titled Walmart is selling Bitcoin for $1 in all caps. Breaking news, Walmart is now selling Bitcoins. Walmart is selling each Bitcoin for $1 each. Forget buying Bitcoins at $6,000. Like, this is literally the title of the video. This is the description of the video. And this guy has... Hold on. This guy has 47,000 subscribers and 4.5k views on this video. And people, like... What? Oh, it breaks my heart to see people do that. It really does. Like, maybe it was a joke. I hope so. Him 9 hours ago. Market crash. The altcoins are dead. Are the altcoins dead? Or are things going to turn around? Like, after he comes out and says, "Oh, the altcoin's dead," immediately just bullish divergence counter traded. I don't know. It's frustrating, that's for sure. And I understand he was talking about the little chocolates, but like, could you clickbait a video any harder than that? Literally on the title of the video, you see $1 Bitcoins and like, oh my gosh, dude. It's a 66% like ratio, dude. So many people hit the dislike, and rightfully so, dude. I mean, heck, I ought to start just making videos like that, right? I don't know. Sorry, this is just me ranting because it's frustrating putting out quality videos and content about like what truly is happening and what's going to happen. And then some guy put out a total joke of a clickbait video saying that there's $1 Bitcoins at Walmart and he gets 5,000 views and 47 subs. And then one day, again, my overall point is to have a voice and an influence when this next market run happens, so that when people are watching the live streams, watching my videos, they're actually getting quality information instead of just BS that people are throwing out there so that they can get AdSense money. And that's like what 90% of the crypto tubers are right now. I mean, you have a couple good cryptocurrency YouTubers. You have like The Modern Investor is a great example of a great cryptocurrency YouTuber. The guy is phenomenal. He's truthful. He's honest. He gives it how it is. I can't... Crypto Bobby is another good YouTuber for the most part. He's another very hardworking, solid guy. He is. He knows what he's doing. Doug Polk, another great guy. He doesn't make videos too often. He does a lot of comedy, but he doesn't overstep his boundaries, right? He's just a good guy at cryptocurrency. But then there's all these other jokes of, I don't know. It's super frustrating watching clickbait, fake, made up content of people not knowing what they're talking about, like just blowing up. You know? But that's my little rant session for this. Sorry, I've just been going through so many fake clickbait videos in the past week, and it has been infuriating. And it takes everything in me to like refrain from saying anything. Like when I saw someone when I saw some guy with like 60k subs call this a cup and handle, and that you wouldn't want to buy the top up here. And when I saw that, it took everything in me to not go into his chat and be like, "You idiot, you are telling all of your subscribers to lose money right now." And sure enough, dude, that video got like 10k views or something like that. But yeah, you know, of course, right? You'd want to buy up here, right? Right now. So ideally, let's talk about this. I want to draw up a couple more things here. Touch, possibly come down and hit here. There's a couple things that we could do, or break up and blah blah. Hit the 200-day EMA, and then come down over here, and then break out, hopefully. Sorry, that looks like a moon chart. It's not a moon chart, but you guys get the big picture. That's really our two scenarios that we have over here right now. So, well, of course, we have the scenario where we just break through these and we build up and break out and hit, fall back down, break out. So that's essentially what we're looking at. Those are our three options of what's most likely going to play out for crypto, for Bitcoin moving forward. Again, guys, take a look at the larger time scales. That is, to me, that's what I'm looking at every day. Double bullish divergence on your MACD, triple bullish divergence on your RSI, and the weekly is the one that I'm truly staring at. Like I look at this a couple times a day, just watching it, even though it's not moving every day because it's a weekly chart. But this thing, dude, this is, to me, this is the greatest indicator that the market reversal is coming. Education. Boom. Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for joining. My name is the Crypto Analyst. It has been my pleasure to help educate and share information and give you guys my thoughts on what's happening in the cryptocurrency market right now. I had another guy who asked again, I guess. So if you guys don't know my history of cryptocurrency, first started in cryptocurrency back in the end of 2011. I believe Bitcoin was around $1.97, and I did my first report on it. And it was great, you know, it was cool, but I got made fun of a lot. I did around 2 or 3 reports over the course of 2011, 2012, talking about cryptocurrencies. Of course, everyone made fun of me for it. But it, sure enough, it grew on. That's where it all started for me. Didn't really do too much in cryptocurrencies. Wasn't really that active in 2013, 14, 15, and 16. Just kind of really slacked off again. I had a high school and college going on, and so 2017 I got back into cryptocurrency. Said, hey, I'm gonna really devote myself to this. There is solid framework here that we have now that we didn't have back in 2011 and 2012, and now we actually have some very solid, solidified standing for Bitcoin to make a global impact here. And so that's when I really devoted myself back to blockchain and cryptocurrencies. And after seeing the current educators that we had in the market right now, it quite frankly disgusted me, and I said, all right, if no one's going to do this right, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to do this right. And so that's really the background that I have on cryptocurrencies. And of course, now we have a channel now where I probably do technical analysis a couple hours a day. Even though it's not on camera, I do it a couple hours a day, of course, with looking at all the news and everything like that. Something I need to do is put out some more news videos put out some more news videos, because we've been doing so much TA just because of everything that's been happening in here right now. But there is news going on still. So I'll probably tomorrow, honestly, dude, tomorrow we'll probably put out a technical analysis video and possibly even a news video too, because I would love to start posting once or twice a day again. So we'll see how all of that plays out. Again, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys haven't already, hit the like and subscribe button, as it does help out the channel a lot. But I'm going to go ahead and bring this live stream to an end. Again, I want to thank all of you guys, Power to Achieve, Poker Throat, TJ, everyone else who was chatting tonight. It was a little bit more of a quiet night, which I can't, I totally understand, because, again, it is a Wednesday night, so I don't expect this to be some sort of booming, I don't know, hot light. So thank you guys, everyone who did join in, though. We had a great night. I got a lot accomplished. I'll probably have my next live stream on Friday night. I think Friday night is going to be my next live stream. So but again, we'll be putting out like 1 to 2 videos a day. So awesome, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching once again. If you guys have any questions, join the Discord. Feel free to ask me over there, but I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. It has been awesome tonight, guys, and I will see you guys next time.